Uh, SEC fans, to everybody whose favorite team is in the SEC, I got one question I want to ask your ass. How many of you are in the college football playoffs right now? How many? All y'all do is go to bed at night and you dream of talking shit about the ACC, and you wake up thinking about the ACC. It's like we're all that's on your mind. We got you back in basketball this year. I know you won like the SEC, ACC, Big Ten Challenge, what have you, but it's been 50-50 this year in basketball. Strong shift from last year, ain't that right? And now, football. The mighty game of football that you guys have loved for so long. And Kentucky fans, basketball. That's right, Kentucky fans. You remember that. I know you do. You can't forget it. It happened in Europe. You just can't forget it. You'll never get over it. The hurricane came through after all. You know, we've been waiting for it in the Gulf Coast all year long. Well, turns out the Gulf or the Atlantic couldn't produce this year to send you a hurricane. So what about the Miami hurricane? They produced one, didn't they? You know what Miami did to what Miami did to Ole Miss's defense was, and Carson Beck, one of the least likeliest candidates that I thought would ever make it to the title game. He just rode the back of Ole Miss, who beat holy Georgia. Georgia fans, you got to be so miserable right now. And you Alabama fans that lost to Georgia, don't say a word. Don't say a word. Auburn fans, your team is trash. Okay? Nothing said about y'all. Got nothing to say about y'all. Nothing else to say about y'all, but you trash. Okay? Is it just me, or has the ACC flipped the switch overnight? It's like they flipped the switch overnight in basketball, Remember last year when it was like 1,000 to 1 SEC? Yeah, I remember. Remember that was in basketball. And all the years of dominance that the SEC has produced over the ACC, well, they're lagging behind now, ain't they? And it turns out that they're starting to get behind in basketball. Auburn sucks in basketball. Kentucky. Don't forget it, Kentucky. Kentucky fans, I will never, ever let it go. A win in Rupp Arena. I don't care how ugly the game was. Don't give a shit. I'll take it. I don't like the Hurricanes. I don't like the Hurricanes, but I tell you one thing right now. They went out there tonight and they put an ass whooping on that Ole Miss sorry ass defense. That's exactly what they did. They did something Georgia couldn't even do. The mighty Bulldogs. The mighty Tide. Trash. And I know you're going to say, well, what about your team, Bill Belichick? Oh, okay. Big deal. Had a bad season. 4-8. I'm used to North Carolina not being that good in football anyways. We're a basketball school. Okay? I know, ain't won nothing since 2017, but God dang it, it's a whole hell of a lot harder to win a national championship in basketball than what it is in football. Say it ain't so. Because you got 68 teams playing, vying for one trophy. You don't have 12. You got 68. That's right. You got 68. And the odds of your team coming out with that one is about 4 to 5 in that 68. Because a lot of the teams that's in that 68 are, some of them's not good. But we're talking about football tonight, and we're talking about the triumph that the Canes just put on that sorry Ole Miss defense. Ole Miss, 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. Whoop. Flag. PI. Couldn't get off the field. Not saying Miami's defense was much better. It looked like the defenses had been on the field so long because both offenses were so pathetic that finally it had to break. Something had to break. And usually 9 times out of 10 in football, it is the defense. When it has to stay on the field for 50 to 55 minutes of the game, it's going to tire out. That's what you've seen at the end. The first 3 quarters, you saw a extremely low-scoring game. Much what I expect out of Carson Beck. I don't expect Carson Beck to do much in the national championship game. I know it's going to be a home game for Miami, but I mean, I just think Indiana is just way too good. I mean, I have to be honest. I've never seen a team flip a 180 in 2 years like Indiana. They went, what, 0 and 13, 0 and 12 2 years ago, whatever it was, or 1 and 10 or something to now, to having this record. They're going to beat Oregon. Okay, they're going to beat Oregon. Are they going to beat Miami? Yeah. Their quarterback reminds me of a quarterback that played at North Carolina just a few years ago. Imagine if he had a defense like Indiana's got, like Indiana's quarterback's got. Imagine that. Just imagine if he had a defense like Carson Beck has. Nobody would have beat us. But Mac Brown was terrible on defense. Just like we were this year on offense. A little bit better defensively, awful on offense. Comes from a university that can't put it together because they're not a football school. I accept that. There's going to be some seasons where we have 8, 9 wins once in a while. Very few 10-win seasons. That might change. You never know with the NIL. It might change. But the thing is, the ACC just rolled, and I mean rolled, that Ole Miss defense. Shredded it to pieces in that fourth quarter. Carson Beck looked like Drake May, Tom Brady, Doug Flutie, I'm just trying to think of some names that he looked like in the last few minutes of that fourth quarter. Joe Burrow, Troy Aikman, Jalen Hurts, hey, it hurts me to say that word, Jalen Hurts. As a Cowboys fan. Especially Drake May. Especially. The ACC gets to flash to you tonight. And Miami fans, congratulations. Y'all well deserve that. And you did it for not just y'all, you did it for our conference too. That was big. That was huge. Congratulations, Miami fans. Now, can you win the big one? Can you go out there and beat Indiana or Oregon? Probably going to be Indiana that you're going to have to play. I would favor Indiana. Can you do it? You triumphed over the SEC. Now, what can you do when the rubber hits the road and it matters the most? I mean, games night mattered a lot because to get there, you had to win the night's game. But the national championship game, far more pressure. And there's no greater pressure than that one. The pressure just gets even ramped up, even more higher. And that quarterback at Indiana, man, he's damn good. He makes Shadur Sanders, he makes that quarterback at Vanderbilt look like a damn phony Maroney. But you know what? He don't make Drake May look like that. Not when Drake May was in college and played at Carolina. He just didn't. And everybody said, oh, Drake May's putting up those kind of numbers just because he's in the ACC. Really? Well, just ask the NFL about that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Way to go, Canes. Congratulations on getting the job done against the SEC and staking the ACC logo right in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you, guys. Peace out.